Alright guys, this is an album cover coming at you with a live cast of a game between Dakrin, the red Terran, in the top left on Kulas Ravine, and the top right of Kulas Ravine we've got Welkin. So this is one of the first games of the first round of the ACM Starcraft 2 Double Elimination Tournament. So very excited. Here at Mississippi State, ACM is doing some fundraisers for their organization, and so I'm very excited to see how this game goes. I'm not familiar with either one of these players, but it is a Terran versus Terran, and so I'm excited. So we can see Welkin going ahead and throwing down his supply depot just a little bit more on time. Dakrin. Something interesting about Kulas Ravine is that you've got these pretty narrow choke points here into your main. However, you do have both players will have these destructible rocks leading up into their pseudo-natural expansion, because really your natural expansion is over here. And but at the other side of this pseudo-natural expansion, you have another set of destructible rocks. So it's if you take the time to bust through both these sets of destructible rocks, you can really surprise your opponent. So Dakrin going to go ahead and throw down a barracks while Welkin is, I'd say, about almost halfway done with his so far. Pretty standard. So Terran versus Terran, from what we're seeing right now, Welkin going to get a gas, and Dakrin opted for a little bit earlier gas. I didn't check and see, but it looked like he could have gotten that before his barracks. So what we could see is a quick factory after this barracks finishes, because right now we've just got the barracks finishing and the SCVs. So really excited about this tournament scene. I think we've got varying play levels and play skills in this tournament. So right now neither player has actually scouted one another. Welkin, I think, pretty sure that's a nope. Dakrin is just going to go ahead and slide his SCV in here, whereas looks like Dakrin is going to be completely walled in. We're going to see a tech lab on this barracks and another barracks thrown up here, so we're not going to see that early factory like I had guessed. And still both players on one factory, so we won't see anything too crazy as of yet. All right, we're going to see Dakrin with his command center, and be interesting to see what we see out of this tech lab barracks. Whether that's going to be okay. I guess it is a Reaper. Yeah, here. Sorry about that. It's a Reaper. Although it's not really early enough to be strong Reaper harass. Usually when you go strong Reaper harass, you go for 2 gas, just because Reapers are 50-50 gas and mineral. So. Yeah, so this SCV is going to try to get in here, barely escaping with its life. All right, so we do see factory for Welkin here, along with, looks like, a factory and then another barracks. We're going to throw up another gas, so we could possibly see some siege tank action here, although Welkin does know that Dakrin has this. I think he only, let me see. No, he does see at least 2 tech labs, so he knows that there's going to be something coming, and this Reaper is popping up here on the high ground, excuse me, and is going to notice that, of course, he didn't go for any kind of fast expand or anything like that. We've got another Reaper coming out here across the map. Looks like he's going to move in with his first Reaper and go for some Reaper harass. Right now, Welkin looks like he may have these 2 Marines back here, but with the 2 Reapers, and a third one on the way, he can really harass this mineral line. And let's see, we're going to see another barracks and a starport. So, yeah, I think probably what we're going to see from Welkin is 3M, just because getting out that quick starport after that factory is done, and not really. Okay, no, he did build a tech lab onto his factory. So here come these Marauders coming in, and they're just taking out SCVs left and right. Welkin does save a lot of his SCVs by moving them away. He's got these 3 Marines coming in here to defend, but his Marines are on the wrong side. His Marines are on the opposite side and his SCVs are right there next to the Reapers. So, and we see, I think he's going to save all. Yes, he does. Wow, one
Reaper with 3 life left. So, wow, just really causing some havoc up here. Look at the unit loss tab. Welkin has lost 11 SCVs so far, or at least 11 units. One of those may be a Marine, and then finally this tank coming and mopping up. But this tech lab is on fire, and so if Welkin doesn't come in here and repair it soon, he is going to be in bad shape. So we can see that Dakrin did buy himself some extra time with that harass, and what he's done with it so far is build up several Marauders. I think he thinks that Welkin's going to go for a for a lot of tanks. So he's going to get these Marauders in here and really be able to work those tanks. However, he does have a reactor on this starport, so I definitely am guessing we're going to see some medevacs here, and we've got stim pack upgrading, and looks like concussive shells is already been researched. So we're going to see Dakrin moving in with this force of Marauders, and really he's not completely walled in, so he's not really safe. Does he have siege tech? He doesn't have siege tech, so he can't even siege his siege tank, which really I feel like if he could do that, he'd be in a lot better shape right now. Going for another barracks. Is either player, let's go back to nope, no player is preparing to expand at all, which if Dakrin bought himself the time with this, I think he could really go ahead and start building a command center and go ahead and think about supplying these concussive shells, these Marauders. I don't know. Welkin's army is bigger, but this supply depot is going to be taken out. A little miss micro there, killing off one Marauder, and these other Marauders are going down. These Marines are just going to eat those Marauders up because the Marines fire so much faster, although the Dakrin's army is being reinforced right now twice with more Marines and more Marauders. So this barracks, I think, is going to go down. And the production, he's just got 1 Marauder and 3 Marines coming in here. I like how he's going to get more Marines because the Marines are going to cause the damage to other Marines, and these Marauders just shoot so slowly that if you have 5 Marauders for 5 Marines, the Marines usually will win and Welkin does give the GG. So thanks, guys. That we saw some fierce Reaper harass there in that game, and yeah, that's it for the first game of Welkin versus Dakrin. Thanks, guys. Album cover sign off.